Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Kimberly and I have ADHD. So this is like the third time of me filming this intro. The first time was kind of funny because I was trying to figure out why my voice sounded weird. And I was like, oh my God, I haven't talked all day. I haven't spoken like to anyone, which was so weird, but kind of funny. So like the strong, independent woman that I am, I took a break, ate a sandwich over the sink, like a winner. And yeah, it was great. Isn't that satisfying whenever you can just like finish a meal and there's like no dishes to do? Isn't that just me? But it's so satisfying. If there's anyone watching who like sits down, like every time they want to eat, do you like sit down and like have like a meal, like put out a plate and all of that? If so, what went wrong in your life? Or maybe what went right, I don't know. But back to our regularly scheduled program. So ADHD struck again. So I wanted to talk to you guys today about my system that I changed up. I completely changed the whole thing. Last night I got crazy and changed my entire planner, changed my entire system of how I had everything organized. So I kind of wanted to walk you guys through what what my new system is, and yeah, well, and maybe some reasonings why I did it, because I don't know, maybe not everyone with ADHD always has a reason why you do something just because you feel like it, but there were a few things that I noticed I wanted to change about my system in the way that it was working or wasn't working, I guess. So let's just get into it. So I found when I was using my planner was that I was not going to certain sections as much as I should be. And I was tending to forget to move things from like day to day or from section to section. So what I did was, instead of organizing by section, I've now kind of organized it by action, I guess, or task. So maybe that's the better word. So what I did was take all of my sections that I had on the side, and I still have miscellaneous and notes over here. You'll still see those. But what I did, instead of having personal and work and having them broken out from, you know, two different places, and then like work and or personal, work, social, all of these things, like all these different areas that I kind of had to plan separately, I'm going to make it one big section and then break out the tasks that I need to do from there. So I'll kind of show you, because that sounds kind of confusing. So this, if you are new, this is the planner that I created. This is the ADHD Done planner, and Panache Planner is the name of the company. So these are the frosted clear covers that you would get. So if you were to purchase one of these setup kits, you get clear frosted discs. These are just the gold ones that I put on here because I like gold. But you get the clear frosted covers. You get everything, pretty much everything that's in here. I don't have really any inserts that I can really think of. Sorry if you hear my dog whimpering in the background. She's in doggy detention right now because there was a child screaming outside, which is always really fun when you're trying to film a video. And she was going crazy. So what I did from this planner, so this planner is, again, totally customizable. You can move it around. And that's one of the great things that I really liked about being able to change everything last night, was that I was like, oh my gosh, I love that I can just move things around. Everything's on discs. I can change my sections or change how I operate within my planner to be more efficient and more effective in my planning. So this is the planner. It is basically a disc-bound planner, and you may notice that I went a little tab crazy. So the very bottom here, whoops, there we go. We'll go through these. Oh gosh, there we go. Sorry, I'm trying to like view this and make sure you can see everything. So what I did, so instead of having personal, work, miscellaneous, and notes, I'm making it so essentially everything that I need to do, or everything that comes into my brain or into my life, is going into kind of a big brain dump, master to-do list kind of thing. And then from there, then those are going to get shifted to the appropriate section or to the appropriate place where it needs to either take action or it's not actionable. So if you have ever managed a project, you kind of move things through a pipeline. So when you get tasks, there are certain things that have to go. So some things are dependent on others, blah, 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 blah. But you need to take a task and then it needs to move to the next step. So I noticed that a lot of my tasks or a lot of my to-dos were just being moved from one day to the next because I wasn't taking action on them. So I really wanted to make sure that I'm going to be more effective by taking my tasks that I know I need to do and putting them into the category that it needs to go to, but also pushing it through the pipeline basically, so it gets done. Because otherwise we can just have like a million to-dos. If you have ADHD, you just have a bunch of to-dos and like a billion to-do lists, and it just seems very overwhelming. So I wanted to break it down into little manageable pieces for my brain, and that's just how I work. So I noticed that just by having, you know, like a to-do list for personal and a to-do list for work and a to-do list for, you know, social media or YouTube, those were all just kind of like separate things. And I like that things have homes, but I don't like that they didn't have steps on like almost achieving them. But then also, like I said, I would like just write everything in personal. Like I mentioned, I think in my last video, that I would write everything in personal. And that's kind of when I would say turned the corner, but that's kind of when I realized I was like, I need to just put it all in one place and then separate it afterwards. Because I was out the other day, I was actually at the doctor's office and I needed to write something down, and I was like, okay, do I go to notes? Do I put it in personal? And I'm like, I just need a place where I can just put everything either for that day and just get it out of my brain, because I was like, oh, like I need to schedule a follow-up appointment. But I was like she gave me a piece of paper and I was like, I don't know where to put this, like of something that I need to do next. And how do I get there kind of thing. So I'm like, I know I need to do it. I was like, do I put it in my daily section? Do I just write a little note? Do I put it in brain dump? So I think that one of the key things for people with ADHD or are neurodivergent needs to be clearly defined, basically. So your planner needs to have clear that if I need to write something down, I go here. If I need to file something away for later, it needs to go here. Everything not just needs a home, but it needs to be clearly defined. Otherwise, everything gets kind of blurry, and then you get overwhelmed, and then you end up not sticking with a planner, which is what probably a lot of you, if you're like me, that you end up not using a planner because you just get overwhelmed because there's no definition or distinction between your categories or your places where things need to live. Hopefully that's making sense to you guys, because that's the best way I can describe it. Oh, there we go. Yep, someone's outside screaming again. So let's just get into it. Sorry, again, I always have these really long intros, and I know someone said that they really like the long video, but then someone also made a hilarious joke that it's like, I have like 45-minute long videos for people with ADHD. Is that not? I laughed so hard at that. I thought that was awesome. So again, this is the planner that you would get if you were to order it online, which again, everything is live. I'm really excited. I launched on Monday. So if you want to go check out the website, it will be linked down below. It is panacheplanner.com. And it is the ADHD Done planner. And there's the startup kit. And then there's also the monthly. I was also wondering if, maybe doing like 3 months at a time to you guys might be better than just a month. I don't know. Maybe I'll make that an option. I was thinking about that the other day. But everything is live on the website. You can take a look, you can order it, and then my inserts will be up by the weekend. I know someone had asked about fitness and budgeting, and I think I'll do some meal plan ones, but everything should be live by the end of the weekend. I'm gonna work on it actually this evening and tomorrow to make sure that I have everything uploaded, formatted, things like that I really like the way it looks before I put it out to you guys, because I don't want you guys to have subpar products. If you see anything subpar, like I mentioned in the last video, it's because it's mine. Like some of these pages, I didn't have professionally cut. So if you see that they're kind of uneven, your planner is not gonna look like this. This is just mine because every time I test something out, I basically hand cut my own page and make sure that it fits in my planner. But then it's like a human error where like not everything is even. So yeah, don't worry, your planner will be perfect. It's professionally cut, not like cut at home like me, like I do for mine. So this is the opening page. Again, if you saw any of the other flip throughs, this hasn't changed. So this is just the cover page. Yours will just have a blank line right here where it says this planner belongs to. And then this is my schedule. Again, we can go into this later, but I also noticed I also changed my planner because I noticed that my routine, because it's kind of the same AM and PM, I do the same things. I'm like, okay, I need either a very distinct, this is what I do at 9 a.m. This is what I do at 12. This is what I do at 6. This is what I do at, 2, 4, and 7. I don't know. But I needed a way for things to be separated, and I know what to do at a certain time. So even though I have a routine and I know that I'm supposed to be doing my planner routine when I get up, which not always 6 a.m. Let's not get crazy here. I'm not a 6 a.m. waker-upper every day. I aim to. We all aim to get up early, right? That I will do my routine, but then I would still forget to check things throughout the day. So I'm still working on that, and I don't know, I haven't decided how I want to format it exactly, but I think I'm going to have it's like dedicated spaces. I don't know, I haven't decided yet. Maybe dedicated, like 1 tab, 2 tab, where it's like, these are everything you do in the AM, and this is everything you do in the PM. I don't know. We don't know yet. This is the overview calendar of 2023, 2024 that you get whether you get an undated or a dated planner. Moving along, and these are your yearly overviews of all the days of the month and then all of the months across the top. So, yep. Then notes page and then the monthly wrap up. So, yeah, again, these are so cute. I love that he got me flowers the other day. I say the other day, this is like last month. So the other thing that I really like, and if you haven't seen or didn't watch one of my other videos about the planner itself, is that each section and each portion of the planner is not contingent upon the previous page, essentially. So it'll make sense when you, I guess when you get this. So I'll show you this. So like this would be this is a page, but if you notice, this says this is a notes page. So this is the very beginning of your perpetual calendar and annual overview and your 2 years at a glance. So this is like its own living thing that you can move wherever you want, because it's notes on both on both sides of the insert, I guess. Because if you have ever had a happy planner, the first page of your month is on the back side of your calendar. So let me show you again. I showed in the last video, but I'll show you again. Okay, so here's the Grace Place one. So if you were to go to February, you have your month, right? But then your first few days, which are January 30th, January 31st, and then the 1st of February, are all on the backside of this calendar. So if you wanted this calendar somewhere else, you have to, essentially, you lose this page. Or vice versa, if you wanted to take maybe just your daily pages or your weekly pages, you end up with half a calendar on the back of one of them, or you glue stuff together. And to me, I didn't want that. Again, I didn't want that for you guys, because that, to me, is a pain in the butt. And if you frankenplan or if you move things around a lot, then it really defeats the purpose of, having a customizable Discbound planner if you have all these things that need to go together, or you have to modify in some way. So I liked that last night when I was going through all of this reorganization, that I was like, man, I pat myself on the back last night. I was like, I am so proud of myself that I was like, you know what, if you want to move this calendar somewhere else, you can move this anywhere in your planner. And the same thing for your calendars itself. You can move that to anywhere else in your planner. You don't need to be tied to the daily sheets or the weekly pages or anything like that. So this is also another page that you get when you get a planner. When you get the startup kit, you get an ADHD done in 2023. Again, I touched on this, and I know someone had mentioned this too in a comment, which was really sweet, that you sometimes feel like you never finish anything with ADHD, and it's so frustrating because there's this physical obstacle, which is your brain and the chemicals that we produce, don't produce, that you feel like you are failing when you're not completing something. And so it feels so good when you actually complete something. So like this, I paid off all my debts in January, which I was so excited about. And I was like, you know what? That is going to be a big thing. And I bet someone else would like that too, to see physically and tangibly what you actually have done. So it says date I started, what it was, date I finished, and you get to get that little check mark box because we love checking things off. So I say we, like, I think you guys are like me too, but it feels really good to see when you accomplish something. And like I said, this page, because so this actually was, sorry, I didn't even tell you guys this. So this was on the back side of this, and I might just leave this blank, but I made it its own sheet by itself. So it's not gonna be attached to the 2023 page. I was like, because, yeah, okay, so it says 2023, you may have completed it this year, but you may wanna move this page somewhere else. So I just made it a 2-page document, and basically now you can move it wherever you want. So I love this. I thought this was a great idea, to be able to physically see that you completed something, because that's such a good feeling when you feel like you start a bunch of things and you never finish something, and it's so challenging. So don't worry, you're not alone. So these are the sections that these are now my side tabs, which are tasks, calendars, miscellaneous, and that says notes. Again, my pages are crappy because I can't cut worth a dang. So again, your pages will look perfect. Mine just look like a hot mess. Do you remember those Series of Unfortunate Event books? I don't know, this is gonna age me again. The Lemony Snicket books, Series of Unfortunate Events. If you remember those original books that were put out, they were hardbound books, and all of the pages kind of looked like this. Like it was meant to look this way. Like it was like handmade, but that's how these pages were, and that's what I think of every time I do this. So yeah, that's, again, it's gonna age me because I read that when I was a child, but I loved those books. Oh my goodness gracious, I love those books. Probably warped my sense of positivity at a young age. So tasks, calendars, miscellaneous, and notes are what I have down the side. So what this is gonna be is, and again, I did this last night, so we will go on this adventure together, that all of my tasks that I have to do are going to live here. Whether it's a short-term task, a long-term task, but this is going to be where anything that I have to do will go here. And it will go in this section, because this will be just like a very large to-do list. But then from here, if you see, I then, gosh, I'm so bad at this, guys. Thank you for being patient with me. I then broke it out between personal, work, social, and miscellaneous. So those are the sections. So if you're new, so these are my side tabs. These are the main sections of my planner. And then these bottom tabs are subsections within that section itself. And then these are just my today tabs, so I know what day it is, because yeah, I've got like 15 calendars in here and I still never know what day it is. So, and it also, I mean, it's also meant to be handy so it can take you to the right day, but it also helps me remember what day it is. So inside the tasks section, it's going to be, I'm going to have this, dog barking next door. This is going to be a section, how do I put this? This is going to be a section that's kind of a dumping ground, a catch-all, a brain, I don't know how to describe it, but it's going to be like an inbox. If you know of I think it's David Allen, Getting Things Done. He has you basically, which I've never read the book, so don't quote me on this, but I believe you have an inbox, and then you kind of have a system. I don't fully understand it, but I'm trying to, because I think that it might be a good idea for me to implement in this planner, and also for my brain. My dog's whining. To basically have, again, and I'm gonna create this, and I'm hoping I'll have it done by tomorrow, but it's been hard, you know, like when you're brainstorming, but it'll be essentially a list, and then I think I'm gonna have either checkboxes or something that'll say like what category it needs to go into, which you'll be able to write into, or you'll write in. So it'll basically look kind of like, you know, a running to-do list. So say you put order groceries, and then you'll have like personal, work, I'm just gonna use mine, social, miscellaneous. So then you check the category that it's under. So like, oh, that's a personal task. That needs to go into my personal section, or that needs to go into my personal to-dos. And then the next one down might be respond to Sandra's email, and that'll be work. And then you're like, okay, well, that's now a work section. And then I'm also thinking that it'll also have action tasks, or like action checkboxes that'll say like actionable item, need to follow, I don't know, something like that, but it's just like actionable or non-actionable, or maybe not actionable and informational. Maybe that'll be helpful. So if you want to write something down and you're just like, I don't know, if you just jot something down and it says, again, like if you're treating this just like an inbox, like where you throw a piece of paper, say you got, I don't know, something that's, I'm trying to think of something that's just informational, where you would just need to like file it away or put it somewhere, but it's not something that you have to do, basically. So like, so say, birthday present was delivered or something. I don't know, I'm like making stuff up, but birthday present was delivered, where that's just an informational piece of information that went into your inbox, but it's not anything you need to do. There's no tasks that are associated with it. It's like, okay, great, my sister got her birthday present, perfect, good to know. And then you can like put the date, or put a little note if you have like a set of lists of tracking orders, which a lot of people do. You track your order status, like an order tracker in your planner, that it would say, okay, making up arbitrary names, Ashley got her birthday present, I ordered it on the 1st and she got it on the 7th or something. And that way you can put it in there so you know how long things either take, or I don't know, something like that. Again, long way to a short answer, but I'm thinking that those might be little categories up top that say whether it's an actionable task or not. So this is personal. This is the just little personal section right here. And this is gonna be where I meant to put, well, I have one, I just took it out because it has private information on there. But the very first thing, like when you flip open this tasks, you open it up, and it's a very long list. So it is literally just like lined, like the list inserts that I showed you guys before, kind of like, I guess kind of like this. So this is the shopping list, which is going to be something that I'm going to put on the website too, because my boyfriend mentioned that this is a great idea. And I was like, oh, you think other people would want this? He was like, yeah. So these are just little half sheets that, again, like I've shown you before, these are the shopping list where it can be, you know, things you need to buy at the store, things you need to buy for someone's present, something you need to buy. But it basically, my inbox looks just like this, my to-do list. That's that first page after tasks. It's just a long list of, I put the date on the left of what day I put it in and what the item is, and then I just kind of have marked over to the right, like kind of scribbled on myself because I haven't finished the template yet. Whether it's personal, work, and I just put like a P, W, or just S for social, things I need to do, and then I just categorize it over there. So it looks like this, but it's like a full sheet, obviously. But it looks like this. It's just literally a bunch of lines. So I figured that, again, that's how my brain works. Let me know if that's something that you guys like, if that's how your brain works too, about when you need to just get things out and put down to-do lists, is just like a bunch of lines is easiest for you, because that's the easiest for me. So going back to tasks, that's what this page looks like. Like I said, I took it out because it has information in it, but it's just like, it's essentially like a notes page, like, which is what this is. A notes page with like a couple extra columns. So what I'm gonna do from this is that, so say you have, and I'm just gonna use this as an example. We'll go through this exciting thing together. So this is what this would look like, right? So this would be your first page in tasks. This would be your inbox, basically. So we'll just call this, let's get crazy. Let's use a Papermate flare. Where is that thing? so you guys can see it, and then I'll zoom you in. There we go. So we're just gonna call this inbox. And then I box like everything because I'm a crazy person. And I'm not like I said before, I don't put stickers down and stuff before I write. I just do black pen, and then if I get crazy, I may put in highlighters or, I don't know, little doodles, something like that. So this, we'll go like this. We'll just steal in my rulers. This is basically what it looks like. And then we'll go, oh man, that was awful. Whoop. Real life, guys. We're doing it live. So, we're just gonna say, do I need one more? I think I might need one more. We'll just call this one more column. So say you got something that says, we'll just use order groceries. And then we'll just say that was from today. And this is gonna be personal, work, social, and then actionable or informational, if that makes sense to you guys. So this would be a personal task, and it is actionable because you have actions that are gonna be associated with this. And then the next one would be review spreadsheet, which again, 210, that is a work task. So we're gonna check the work box, and then that is going to be actionable. Say you got something else where it says, we'll just use dad got flat tire today. And say this was tomorrow. My dad didn't get a flat tire. But then this would be a personal item, and then it's just informational. Like, we don't need to do anything about it, but it's just like, hey, maybe if you want to do something with this, or I don't know, say, again, I'm just going to use this. So 211, Bob is admitted to hospital. Like, this is super sad. Sorry guys. I don't know Bob, and I don't know anyone who's admitted to the hospital, but then you'd say, oh, that's a personal, and it's just informational, but maybe you're like, oh, this might have like a subtask where you're like, send card or flowers, and then that would be actionable. So then you can kind of treat this like it's a really long to-do list, but then from here, then you would go like to your section. So like, okay, so order groceries, that's personal. Whoops, got just a little bit more. So say, yeah, you have order groceries, then you're gonna go to personal, and like, maybe this is the end of the day, or maybe it's like, 2 o'clock whenever you wanna sort through your to-do list for the day. You would go to personal, and then you would add, I don't know, we'll just say to do, and then, I don't know what this would be yet, I haven't decided, but then this would be today, whoops, 210, order groceries. So then now that's been moved to the proper place where it needs to live as a to-do or a task. So then you can be like, whoop, gone, no longer there. And then you just kind of move down the list to say review spreadsheet. Then we're going to go to work. And then it'll say, I don't know, maybe you want to call these, I don't know what you do this. I was just testing out to see if I like this layout, but then same thing. So you would say to do, or you could put like, delegate. If you are a manager, or if you have anyone else that's on your team. So I would say to do, then you would say review spreadsheet, and then 210, and then now, okay, that's done. Now that's off of your main inbox. And you would just keep cycling through the same way. So then you would go to, yeah, personal. Okay, what do I need to do? There's nothing here, so that's to do, and this is just informational. So then you would say to 11 Bob in hospital. And then you could put over here if you wanted to say to 11 order flowers. So then, even though this is informational, it still may have like a task associated with it. But the main information that you got was like the main thing that you wrote down was like, oh my gosh, I heard that Bob is in the hospital. And then you can basically address it later. Any other tasks. So that's how I saw this kind of working. Same thing for social. Again, I was just gonna put like, this is gonna be YouTube. Maybe this is Instagram. Maybe this is Facebook. Which, by the way, I made a Facebook page, and I think I'm gonna make a group too of ADHD done. So let me know if that's something you guys are interested in, but I wanna make that. But Panache, you can go to Panache Planner and like the page if you want to. It's just, I think there's like nothing on it right now because I just created it. But the Panache Planner has a Facebook page, but I want to make a Facebook group for everyone like in the ADHD done community. I don't know, I would like that. And so I was like, maybe other people would like that. That's kind of how I work. I'm like, maybe if I like it, maybe someone else would. So same thing with Miscellaneous. So moving along, we're gonna go to, what is this? Why is there another personal here? Oh, it's in calendars, duh. Sorry guys, I'm like confusing myself here. So this is Miscellaneous, there we go. So then this takes us to calendars, which is gonna be my next section, it is. So the next section is calendars, and this is going to be, I realized I didn't need calendars for like all 4 areas of my life. That was just kind of ridiculous because I use like 2. So one is personal and the other one is social. So this one is going to be my personal calendar that has everything that I need on there, and then obviously social is going to be the things that I post and when. So we go to calendars and we go to February. Then you get to see this just like it was last video, where it has everything in my life, where it's going to have like videos that are being posted, which these may not live here. They're just going to be moved to social. But everything else that's personal related to my life is going to live in this calendar. So then the next thing would take you to your todays. So where you have your daily pages. This is my daily page. So this will take you, the section of calendars is going to be your actual calendar and then your daily pages. So for me, I still need like a daily to-do list of things that I want to do throughout the day. Like yesterday I had to go to a doctor's appointment, and then all of these things I needed to do, and that was exciting. I hit 200 subscribers. Thanks guys. You guys are the best. I was so excited. So just like a day still for me to like brain dump, jot things down, take notes, whatever I need for the day, I think is still super important. So, and also no one mentioned in my last video that these said January and not February. Because I finally realized, I was like, oh, it wasn't January, that was February. So I still like these bottom sections, I'll put like events, things that may have happened, just different things, but you'll still have these boxes like this isn't changing. I'm still gonna use this, but it's just in a different area, basically. So then from here, you will just keep your daily pages or your weekly or however you have it laid out. And then the same thing for social. So this is the same thing, nothing's changed here. This is all the same. The next section is gonna be social, and this is just gonna be the social calendar of when I post. Yeah, pretty much the same thing. So and then this will have all of my actual information about, you know, YouTube and all of these different things. I'm so excited, 200 subscribers, that was so exciting to me. So this is how I use mine. This is the horizontal subject. So I have YouTube, I have Instagram, and then down here I plan to put like different like postings and maybe different types of media. I just don't know yet. I don't know. We'll figure it out. So that's gonna be that calendar, and that's the calendar section. So moving on to miscellaneous. Miscellaneous is just going to be kind of a dumping ground, I guess, for all of the other things that are related to my sections of my life, if that makes sense. So this just says, that just says YouTube down here. And then there's gonna be projects. So YouTube lives, yep, YouTube's the first one. So this is where my content plans are gonna live. Yep, content plan, content ideas, all my tags, things like that. That's all gonna live in Miscellaneous, where it's just its own little section of accoutrements to, to a specific social media platform. So like I wouldn't need this for my personal section. So it's just gonna live in Miscellaneous, and it's gonna live in YouTube land. And then the next one is gonna be projects. So Miscellaneous is also gonna house my projects, and these are gonna be long-term things that I don't need to address like immediately, but they'll need to get stuff done. Like they'll need to get done. I haven't decided what I wanna do with this yet. So I don't know. I don't know yet. But personal, and then I have work. And I haven't figured out how I'm gonna break these out. Maybe personal's on one side, work's on the other. I don't know. This just happened last night. So from there, we're going on to health, which is the mood tracker, which is the mood tracker I made for myself. And it's going to be, you get one of these in the, what do you call it? Why can't I think of the word? The starter box. Oh my gosh. So you get one of these because it has all 12 months and then all 31 days. Obviously not everyone has 31 days, but you get a mood tracker, and this is where anything else that's gonna be health related is gonna live. And then the next one is gonna be lists. So if you have ADHD, you like to make lists. So you like to have lists, you like to keep lists, you write down lots of things that you track or keep track of. So lists is just gonna be the place where I house random lists of things that either I not need to do, I guess, essentially, but like, you know, books I've read, what else? Just anything that I want to track is going to live in here. I just put shopping lists in here because it had the word list in it, so I just put it here for now. I don't know if it's going to be here forever, but this is going to be the next little section here too, where I'm going to have, I just use this layout to be like, oh, that could be a good list page of things, just a list of lists, which I thought was kind of funny. And I was like, only you, Kimberly, would want like a list of lists to make. Basically. How insane is that? I'm a crazy person. So the next one after lists is going to be relationship, and I actually took this section out because it's very personal. It's like pictures and stuff and just really sentimental entries. But I took relationship out in my last video, I believe, and then I'm putting it back in because I didn't like that I didn't have a place to write down cute things either that my boyfriend said or the things that we did together during the day. So I put it back in. And it's just going to be, it doesn't need a calendar per se. It's just going to be, yes, okay. So it's just basically, it's like a big note page. It's somewhere, it's like a hybrid of a dashboard layout of all of the days of the week and like a vertical. So I'll put up in my next video, I'll show you guys like a blank layout, but all the pages are filled right now. So it's basically just like boxes for the days to kind of write down just, you know, little memories, or if I just want to put a picture in there, then I can just put a picture in there. So I put relationship back in there, and then this is my video tracker. So I've been tracking the videos just, again, because I'm a weirdo. So, and I like to track things. So this is just for my videos that I've uploaded. I've just been, you know, writing the date, the views, the likes, comments, and subscribers. So that's been kind of fun. So this will be for most videos. And then obviously this is going to get too big to live here. So I figured I might as well just do it because I just started and I thought it was, you know, kind of interesting. So that brings us to notes, and notes is notes. It's very self-explanatory. It is going to just be a section that I can write down notes. So lined, dot grid, And then these, I don't know if you guys follow me on Instagram, but if you do, I posted this, which I thought was kind of fun. And I feel so silly that I was like, I never figured this out sooner, or maybe other people know about this and I didn't know about this. But I was like, oh, I don't always want to waste a whole notes page. So I'm like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to laminate one and we'll just use it like a dry erase board, because you can take a Sharpie or a fine tip Sharpie, which I don't think I have any in front of me, of course not. You can basically say, instead of having like a dry erase board and having it kind of smear and smudge, I didn't like that because if you treat your planner like like I do, you are kind of rough with it sometimes. And if you're gonna be moving around, your dry erase will just wipe right off. So now you can just write down anything in the Sharpie, and then anything alcohol based will wipe this off. So I've been using just dry erase. I've used straight up like isopropyl alcohol, and then you just wipe this all down, and then you have a brand new little place to jot things down, which is nice. So I use it for like just brain dumping, brainstorming kinds of things. So I've been doing that for the past like few weeks. I actually did it with how I wanted to map out my routines and stuff like that for the planner actually. So inbox, things like that. So this is just a piece of cardstock that I laminated and just wrote on it with a Sharpie, and then I'm gonna wipe it off later. So it's like a portable dry erase board. Yeah, and that's it. So that takes us to the back where I just, traded out a different pocket of, I had the red one in here. That was the Kate Spade one. And I didn't like how bright it was, honestly. So I just cut this out of another planner, and this is just a regular, I want to say Polly Pocket, but then that reminds me of Polly Pocket. But it's like a coated cardboard, coated cardstock of some sort, and then I just stuck my my pen loops on there. So that is my new system for now. I think that's it, guys. I can't think of anything else right now, but yeah, let me know what you guys think, because I was really jazzed about revamping everything, and I'm hoping that this is gonna work. I feel very motivated. I'm very excited, but again, I think that a lot of us are really afraid, like once you get a planner, that you're like, I can't change my planner. Like you think you have to stick to it throughout the whole year, and you don't. You can change however you want, whatever you want to do, literally put in as many tabs as you want, which is why I made this planner, because you can't find anything that works for you. So I wanted to make sure that there was something out there that worked for us people who like to make lists of lists. And yeah, so then you can move everything around, which I really like, because yeah, I don't want, half of a page on one back of a page, and then I've got to move it, and then I got to glue stuff. That's too much. It's too much for me. I can't do it, guys. So that is the video. Thank you guys so much. If you are so kind, please leave me a comment about anything that you liked, or if you think this is going to work, or if you think this is a good idea. If you think it's a terrible idea, be sure to not leave a comment, because that would probably hurt my feelings. So please don't. But if you have any suggestions, I will take those. Yeah, give it a like. It helps with the algorithm. I always appreciate it, and I always try to respond to everyone's comment as fast as I possibly can whenever I see it. So thank you guys so much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.